Svetlana Marshall, News Source. Mr. President, could you say what is the state of medical cooperation between Guyana and Cuba, and whether steps are being taken to have the Cuban Medical Brigade return to Guyana? My second question has to do with the allegations by the leader of the opposition. Now, this is something that you've responded to and promised information. Now, he said that you own a farm that ranges between 150 acres, and it's about, he said, multi-million-dollar farm or ranch. Now, like I said, you've responded to the allegation and promised information and a tour. Could you say when that tour will be facilitated? Could you provide us with the actual size of the farm, the investment structure used to develop the farm, and over what period? And on the issue of constitution appointments, Mr. President, could you say if or when you'll be meeting with the leader of the opposition to consult on constitutional appointments, and would you seek his agreement to have Justice George and Justice Singh appointed as the substantive chancellor and chief justice? And with respect to MV Barima, now a day after the incident occurred, the Minister of Public Works, Mr. Juan Ejel, announced that the entire management team responsible for loading, dispatching, and overall management of the vessel was suspended. Could you say if that team is still suspended? And could you say why steps have not been taken in light of public calls to have Mr. Minister Ejel and Minister Indar removed, either suspended or removed from office based on the calls being made, in light of his own explanation that there needs to be a thorough, transparent, and impartial investigation?
So let's start with that. Now, a thorough, transparent, and impartial investigation. An independent COI has been established. In all of your questions, you did not acknowledge that. Can you be respectful? You did not acknowledge that we have an independent COI established to determine everything that you're speaking about. I am not going to add to speculation or be part of speculation. I believe that if we honestly and truly want an independent analysis, a transparent analysis, then the COI, having been established, provides that opportunity. That is why the independence of the COI was critical and important to us. The COI, having been established, will conduct its work, make its determination, its recommendation, and then we'll take it from there. I would not prejudice any action, save and except those that are essential in the period from now to the end of the COI, which include looking at the safety. That is why an independent team has been established to look at the safety of every vessel, to look at the the current gaps and to have those fixed immediately. That is as it relates to the MV Barima. I would add nothing more to that. The work of the COI is the work that I will base my action on when their recommendation comes to me. I think having established the COI independently, we have to have respect for the work of the COI. In relation to my farm, which everyone is aware of, that has been established a long time ago. The first loan was sometime in 2012. I've said, and again, you repeated the allegation of 150 acres. And I said publicly that it's not even half of that. I've said that I've declared every single thing in relation to my farm to the Integrity Commission, and I have a statutory responsibility to do so. Many leaders in the private sector have visited, and I said that I would go live from the farm. I said I will go live from the farm, and at the appropriate time. I have nothing to hide. Every single thing has been declared to the Integrity Commission, and it's nothing close. But of course, you would love to repeat the headline and the allegation because you have a motive. And the motive of the opposition leader was clearly the falsification of information. And I've made it very clear in that release, and I have nothing more to add to that. I have nothing more to add to that. I have nothing more to add to that. I have took loans, documented, and also submitted to the Integrity Commission. I have reinvested and reinvested. And I wish if I could get even 20% of what the opposition leader is purporting. So I made it very clear. I have nothing to hide. Every single thing that I own, has been declared to the Integrity Commission. Every single thing that I own has been declared to the Integrity Commission. Now, in relation to consultation with the leader of the opposition, already, Minister Teixeira has written on different matters that constitutionally we should write on in relation to the leader of the opposition. And those matters are being dealt with. So wherever consultation is required in accordance with the Constitution, as I have said before, you can be assured that I will fulfill my mandate in accordance with the Constitution of Guyana.
And
Cuba, oh, now we have made it very clear that Cubans who want to work here, they have to go through the legal channels, and they're employed under the same labor conditions and under the same laws that our locals are employed under.
Just one follow-up.
No, we go to someone else now, please.
Court was allowed a follow-up.
Let's go ahead, please.
Mr. President,
We have a number of persons with their hands up. Please,
what is
go
the
ahead.
state of the medical cooperation between Cuba? And I have no motive, sir. Hence, I asked about what is the investment structure for your...
Can you please allow the young lady to ask her question, please?